Hi, my name is Jerry Burkhart. I'll be teaching the Mathematics Observe, Question, Create, and Solve course for GenWise. I've been a mathematics instructor now for about 35 years or so, and over that time, I've worked with students of all ages and all abilities. But for the past 25 years or so, I've worked primarily with students in the middle grades who have been identified as having some sort of a special talent in mathematics. For the past 5 or 10 years, I've also been working with schools and teachers to help them find resources and teaching strategies to meet the needs of their brightest learners. You're going to find that this mathematics class is very different than anything that you've ever taken before. If you're accustomed to sitting in math class and listening to your teacher, carefully writing down everything they tell you, and then following the steps exactly as explained to you in order to make sure you get the right answer as quickly as possible, you'll find that in this class, you'll be the one who's doing most of the thinking. In fact, most of the time, I'll explain very little, if anything at all. I'll give you some sort of a mathematical task, whether it be a puzzle, a game, a problem, sometimes even just a mathematical image to look at and figure out what's going on. And then you, either on your own or more often with a small group of 2 or 3 students, will do everything you can to understand what's happening mathematically. I'll wander around, I'll listen to you as you think, and occasionally I'll ask you a few new questions or maybe even share a couple of ideas with you. But in the end, the mathematical ideas will be yours, not mine. The content of the course will be fairly familiar to in the sense that being a math class, you're going to learn about numbers and shapes and that type of a thing, but you'll learn about them in new ways. So even when you learn about familiar topics, say, such as prime numbers and composite numbers, whatever you learned in school will be a piece of that, but you'll be making connections and have much deeper understandings than anything you've ever experienced before. In addition, we will also extend the topics way beyond the specific things that you learn about in school. We'll go through the number systems, increasing in complexity as we do, so natural numbers, integers, rational, irrational, real, perhaps even beyond to complex numbers, and even further than that if the class has the time and the interest. As we do this, you're going to find that when you begin thinking about the properties rather than just the steps that the teacher tells you, you can even create your own mathematical systems. For example, did you ever realize that you could use rational numbers to untangle knots? This is one of the many types of surprises that you begin to confront when you think about mathematics in new ways. We'll also explore geometry, and as we again go through typical school concepts such as angles and the Pythagorean theorem and polygons, we will again extend into areas such as infinity and higher dimensions, possibly even fractional dimensions. And at the very end of the course, if we have a chance, we may do some mathematical modeling. We'll finish the class in the last few days with some projects, and you'll work on these with, again, a team of about 2 or 3 students, sometimes maybe a few more, and I'll give you some suggestions for things that you might explore, or you might choose your own topic, and you will spend a couple of days asking your own questions, developing your own strategies, and putting together a mathematical analysis and eventually a presentation that you can give to parents and other adults. It's one of the most fun parts of the course and a great way to take everything that you've learned throughout and apply it as you truly begin to think like a mathematician. So I'm looking forward to seeing you in April. When you come, make sure you bring your mathematical curiosity, a sense of adventure, a willingness to think flexibly and to take some intellectual risks, and you'll leave the class with an appreciation for the wonderful beauty and excitement that mathematics has to offer.